I think with both the Islanders and we learned in Detroit, nothing changed. Uh, there's a certain style of play in the playoffs that changes the game. It gets tighter, the intensity gets revved up. You have to have top of the line goaltending. And those were the things both on the island and in Detroit that we tried to, we kind of learned from it, Joe. We tried to improve in those areas. Now, what I would say to you, Brendan Shanahan, who played for me in Detroit, knows all about these types of things. He knows what it takes to win. He knows the type of player that you need. He knows about playoff hockey because he was involved. He saw it firsthand. As a matter of fact, Brendan might have been the final piece that we acquired in Detroit to get us over the hump in the playoffs. So he understands. The problem sometimes remains is things are a little different now. There's a salary cap in vogue. The Islanders and the Red Wings were not confronted with the salary cap. So we would be able to make trades where money, I don't know how to put it, was no object. In other words, we could spend as much as our owners would allow us to spend to win. That is no longer the case in the NHL. So trust me when I tell you that Brendan Shanahan and I'll add Kyle Dubas. I don't know Kyle too well personally, but impressed with the young man. They know what they need. They know what it takes. They know that they're reasonably close. They know that they haven't gotten over the hump, but unfortunately, with a salary cap, when you have good players, and the Leafs have good players, and Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, John Tavares, and a few others, you're strung up against a salary cap. So to think at the deadline you're going to go and get what you feel is needed, generally that is not possible. So you have to kind of live with what you've got, cross your fingers and toes, and hope that it finally works.
Well, I think that I think part of the learning curve is it seems to me, and you've gone through it a number of times, is learning that when you lose, it can do one of the two things, like it can give up, or it can give you that determination to come back even stronger. And I think
Well,
I think that's probably what you witnessed. Is that correct?
well, yeah, yes, and you know what? To the Leafs' credit, I watched their game last night with Carolina on TV, and boy, there's two good teams. Very, very talented teams. Each one of those teams, I would put in a situation that could possibly compete for the Stanley Cup. And the
Hmm.
Leafs came through. I mean, they've got a high-powered offense, the Marners, the Matthews, the Nylanders. You can throw in John Tavares, Morgan Riley. These are pretty good hockey players. Leaf fans they're fortunate. They're watching a talented team. But again, come playoff time, the checking gets much tighter. And sometimes we found it even with the Yzermans and the Fedorovs, they could get shut down in a short series in the playoffs. And that's always the fear. But, you know, obviously they hope that maybe they can become that type of team, be a better all-round checking team so that they can get through at least a few rounds in the playoffs. So I'm sure that's what they're trying to accomplish.